Government, the Deputy Inspector General of Government, our development partners, the permanent secretaries, the district chairpersons of service commissions, the chief administrative officers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I bring you greetings and best wishes from His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda. He was unable to come. That's why he sent me, and I'm here to represent him. He gave me a speech which I'm going to read verbatim. And for me, once I'm sent by him, I don't even add a comma. I will read his speech as he wrote it. By the year 1986, the Ugandan state and economy were on the verge of collapse. All the pillars of state, that is to say, the army, civil service, judiciary, etc., were non-functional. For example, recruitment into the small public service was characterized by nepotism and corruption. Most of the districts lacked functional administrative structures. Therefore, when the NRM came to power, we introduced reforms to decentralize the recruitment process by placing this function in the hands of the independent district service commissions. This was aimed at bringing decision-making closer to the people and ensuring responsiveness to local needs and promoting accountability. The elimination of corruption and misuse of power was point number 7 of the NRM's 10-point program. This demonstrates the long-standing commitment of the NRM to combating corruption. This is because corruption and the misuse of power are barriers to national development and good governance. Over the years, Uganda has made strides in strengthening the legal and institutional framework to fight corruption, and the key international and regional conventions have been ratified. The government has continued to strengthen the capacity of anti-corruption agencies to efficiently handle the fight against corruption under the National Development Plan 3 and 4. These gains have strengthened service delivery in education, health, agriculture, and other key sectors. However, there are still some challenges, some of which are highlighted in the report we are launching today. And these include: 1, some cases of corruption and bribery in the recruitment process. Number 2, this leads to the exclusion of competent candidates. Number 3, weak enforcement of performance standards after recruitment. And then number 4, in some cases, there is political influence which undermines the independence of the District Service Commission. These practices are unacceptable because they deny the public access to services and erode public confidence in government. In order to address the above challenges, the government will continue to implement the following. 1. Strengthen oversight and accountability. The Inspectorate of Government, Public Service Commission, Ministry of Local Government, and the Ministry of Public Service must continue working closely to audit the recruitment process and sanction wrongdoers. Number 2, the merit-based selection must be strictly adhered to. Number 3, automation of recruitment to reduce human interference and corruption. Number 4, capacity building for District Service Commission members. That is continuous training on ethical recruitment, relevant laws, and emerging best practices. Number 5, public engagement. Communities should be engaged to report irregularities without fear or favor. Finally, I urge all stakeholders to use the findings of this report to formulate reforms and improvements. I call upon all leaders at national and local levels to work together and uphold the integrity of our recruitment systems to safeguard the trust of our people. I am now going to launch the report. I don't know how you want me to do it. So we stand near there. On behalf of the President of the Republic of Uganda, I now officially the report on the cost and extent of corruption in the recruitment of public servants by District Service Commission.
Excellency the President to address this congregation and later to launch the report from which a way forward will be extrapolated.
We have as our host, Honorable Betty Kamyaturomwe.